The Nurenburg Toy Fair, held in mid-February as usual, yielded the usual 2 or 3 dozen quite nice new toy items, of which I've bought half a dozen here to show now. The first one is this little pill which I picked up in MoMA, Museum of Modern Arts. It's a towel, in fact, but it looks like a pill and comes in a packet with other pills. You place it on a plate, you then have to pour water in it, and it expands quite astonishingly. There we go. And a bit more. Goes up and up and up and up and up, and eventually opens up when it's completely released all the glue into a towel. Ugh. You dry the towel out and you can use that as a cloth. Here's one I've already done and dried. So the pill starts that size and ends up as a little towelette this size, which can be used again and again. It's made of material, it's not paper. A nice idea. And the next one. This is a beautiful item. It's got a very nice way of holding the piece as it's speeding up. It's a little propeller blade. It goes up in the air, but I'll make it go downwards just for fun. When I release, it spins. Pick it up, it'll keep spinning. And down again, and it keeps spinning. A very nice little design, and something I hadn't noticed until I brought it back to England. Here, the yellow bit here is a soft rubber. So the leading edge of the propeller blade there is being specially made softer so that small children put their fingers in and they won't get hurt by the cutting edge of the blade as it whirls around at high speed. Nice toy, and we'll get that going up in the air in a minute too. This innocent looking thing makes the most wonderful noise. There's just a little squeaker here, which when the finger's in here makes a very harmless sound. But when you have the aperture open, and when you wave it in the air, you get... What a noise. Beautiful item. Starts off as just that and makes a one noise. The next one, been out for many years with this, but they've done something new at New York. They've made a kit in which you have this high and low hysteresis rubber, and I've made one half and half here, which bounces or it doesn't bounce. It bounces or it doesn't bounce. So you can make a kit in which these two halves can be put together and glued together, as I have here, with low and high hysteresis, one bouncing and the other not bouncing. And in addition to that, they point out that when you freeze it in the fridge, which I didn't know about this, it changes the properties. So the one that doesn't bounce then does start to bounce when it's very, very cold and dropped on a very, very hard floor. It's a bit like almost like a ceramic ball when it's so frozen. The rubber itself is quite useful, the one that doesn't bounce. It's used in hammers, for instance, by mechanics at garages. So when they're hitting something with a rubber hammer, it won't rebound and break their shoulder bones. So it's got practical use as well as toy use. Depending on which way you drop this, it'll bounce or it won't bounce. Something a little bit nasty here, but I suppose I had to buy it. It's called Hornet Honey, and it has, would you believe, a giant hornet, which has now been thoroughly deaded by the high level of sugar, and the rest of it is honey. And according to the blurb, it releases enzymes in its dead in the honey, which is very efficacious for your health. A giant hornet inside a jar of honey. Not my favourite, but I had to buy it to shock people. And the last item is a very curious item which is probably medieval in its origins. A friend of mine spent 10 years researching it. It's a curious little jug made in China with 2 compartments inside it. The compartment on this side is accessed only by this hidden hole in the bottom. The compartment on this side is accessed as you expect by pouring water or something in the top, wine at the top. And according to this friend's tale, this is used by emperors to poison their generals they didn't want around anymore. They put poison in the hidden side and have ordinarily something drinkable in the other side. When they pour themselves a drink, they put their finger over the hole to stop the poison coming out of the hidden side, pour themselves a drink, then taking their finger off the hole at the bottom, they'd pour the poisonous liquid into the general's drink, and both thinking they've got something quite harmless, the same harmless drink from the same jug. The emperor could drink his his beverage, and the general will be poisoned. A double vessel drinking jug. I don't know what to call it really, but Chinese and very mysterious and oriental. So some nice little features from the New York Toy Fair. And I think possibly with a few more things coming in yet, the net result will be some 12 to 15, perhaps 20 new items, all resulting from the one fair. Oh, here we go then. Set this off and up she goes. Woo! Oh, doesn't last long.